Do you network? Today, we're going to learn that networking takes practice. Rachel Rozen is known for turning icky networking into sticky, lasting relationships. She helps individuals and teams grow their net worth as they network. Get Shit Done in a Flash, a mini-series presented by the GST Factor podcast. Hear from incredible leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, trailblazers, individuals that are influencing and changing the conversations in episodes that are no longer than 7 minutes long. Let's continue to step into our extraordinary and get shit done in a flash.
I work with individuals and help empower them to take the icky out of networking and turn it into sticky relationships. One of the first things that I teach is about being present in the moment, because when we're actually connecting with people and we're looking them in the eye and we're smiling at them and we're paying attention to what they're saying and we're using active listening, we're repeating back what they had to say. And so we fully understand. But the other piece is not just giving advice right away, but really being more inquisitive and asking questions to really get to the deep root of what do they need. But if we lead with curiosity and wanting to know someone first, it goes so much further than trying to project onto someone else. And you start to build that trust, because really people want to be around those that they like and trust. And when you're genuine and authentic in those conversations, it really reigns through. And people can see through those that are trying to impress. There's so many things that can happen. I always like to say, you never know who somebody else knows. If you're curious in the conversation and you start to tell people what you're looking for, what your ask might be, then it could go further than you ever expected. And a lot of people really struggle with the ask. They're really afraid to ask people for something. And I always try to dig to the root of that with my clients as I'm coaching them to figure out where that fear is. I don't want to ask them for something because they might not be able to help me. Well, you don't know that. You're just assuming that that's going to be the case. And you never know how you could help somebody. But going back to the curiosity piece, you may be able to help someone that you would have never, ever thought, because you're being curious about them as well. I actually learned this from a dating coach, and I love this mindset acronym, which is NATO. It means not attached to outcome. You can't go into every conversation thinking this person's going to get me a job or this person is going to get me a board seat. You just don't know what the actual outcome is going to be. So it's more about being in the mindset of allowing yourself to let the outcome happen. You still may have an end goal, but you think about that for the future. And it tends to relax people when we think about NATO. The biggest thing is, how do I make this a habit? Number one, it's something I need to be doing consistently. The research is key. Who do you want to meet ahead of time? And knowing who you want to meet, but just also going back to NATO, it's okay if you didn't actually meet them. That's how you can connect with them after the fact on LinkedIn. I think it kind of goes back to that this is a skill set, the same way that you learn how to walk, the same way you're going to learn to read. Like, it takes time. It's not something that happens automatically. That's the same thing when it comes to networking. And I still don't like going to large events. I can do it. I don't like doing it. And I've gotten good at it because I've learned what works for me. And I think that's one of the other things to remember, is that what works for me may not be the exact same thing that works for you. Everybody is slightly different on what their needs are. There's no one size fits all for network. And I really want people to understand that, because I think it's another myth of networking only happens when I go to this event. That's so not true. And yes, you can still go to events, but oftentimes majority of people, even if they're extroverted, don't like doing it. They just do it because they think they have to. But if you are going there, how can you get the best out of the time there? And so just a couple tips there that I'll just add. One is, be the first person in the room. And the second one is, be the last one to leave. For me, it's all about resilience. Being an entrepreneur and going out on my own, you just never know what the next thing is going to bring. And there's definitely moments where I'm like, am I doing this? Am I on the right path? I do feel that I am, and the opportunities are going to hopefully keep coming in my direction, because I truly believe that this is something that everybody can do. For me, it's pushing through those hard times, even when I'm having a bad day, or it doesn't seem like I have more clients coming in, but then a next wave comes or another speaking opportunity comes my way. I have to keep pushing. Allow yourself to just go out there and do it, and be just a little bit vulnerable with your conversation. And it's okay to talk about things that are not business related. That really will help spark a conversation, and you never know where it's going to take you.
Thank you for listening to Get Shit Done in a Flash, a mini-series by the GST Factor podcast. Are you an influential leader that has a dream to write a book and put your words out into the world? Reach out to us today so we can help make your book dream a reality. Let's get shit done.